Hello and welcome to this brief video where we'll look at creating an effective CV. So in this video, you'll learn about the key elements that will make your CV stand out, look at an example of an effective CV, and discover resources available to you through the Career Service. So what is a CV? A CV is an introduction to you, and it's a document that will provide the employer with a first impression as to whether you meet the requirements of what they're looking for. Some describe it as a targeted marketing pitch, aimed at convincing a recruiter that you've got the skills, qualities, and experience that they're looking for. But there's a lot of conflicting information out there on the preferred structure and content of the CV. So let us go through the key components. So the key components should be name and contact information, profile, which is optional, education and qualifications, work history, and skills. All of the above should be tailored according to what the employer is looking for, usually as outlined in the job. And ultimately, the CV is a response to a job advert and should show that you've got the skills and experience to do that role in order to be successful. So how do we tailor a CV and why is this important? So in order to get to the next stage, which is an interview, we need to make sure that our CV is tailored so that the employer who is looking at it clearly sees that we're aligned with the role and have got the right skills. So how do we do this? We need to first understand the job description. What kind of skills and qualifications is this role looking for, and what kind of keywords is in that job description? Then we need to match our skills and experiences to align our experiences with the job requirements. This could be education, work experiences, or voluntary. Anything that's relevant to the skills in the role. We need to highlight achievements by showcasing relevant accomplishments or achievements that we've completed in a role. This helps demonstrate our impact and our value to an employer. Also, we need to keep it brief, focus on concise and relevant information. So going straight into those sections of a CV that are important and that make up the structure of a standard CV. So first would be name and contact information. We would be looking for first and last name, your location. This could be your city or your neighborhood or your full address. That's up to you. Mobile number and email address. Ideally, it'd be a UK mobile number and an email address that has a professional sounding address. A LinkedIn profile URL could also be helpful here if your profile is up to date and the information on your profile is relevant to the role you're applying for. A GitHub profile URL could also be relevant for those applying for roles involving coding. Then onto the education section. So from this section, we can clearly see that this person has focused the most information on their degree. And that is important because this is where they're at now, and this is the most relevant piece of education. So in order to make this impactful, they've showcased their relevant modules and grades. There's also 4 bullet points showcasing their skills and knowledge gained from the degree with examples as evidence. There's also grades added showcasing academic excellence and knowledge in this field. Now onto the work experience section. This person has decided to separate their section by focusing on the area of work they're trying to get into. So it's finance with a relevant finance role that they've completed. They've started their sentences with action verbs, and this kind of language really highlights candidates' skills and achievements in research, analysis, presentation, initiative taking, and networking. We can also see that this candidate has technical competencies in Excel and Bloomberg, showcasing effective data management. Numbers can also be great to add context and achievements, whether that's how many people you've worked with or a result that you've achieved. And all in all, we can see that this section has been tailored for roles within financial analysis or related fields. Any role that would involve research, analysis, presentation, initiative taking, or networking would correspond to the kind of skills that are highlighted here. This candidate is chosen to split up their work section from finance experience and also other experience, and they've put their part-time work in the other experience section. So we can see that this demonstrates transferable skills like organization, customer service, and collaboration. Skills gained in these part-time roles are really transferable to graduate roles in many industries. This is a question that often pops up in appointments: is should I include part-time roles? And the answer is yes, absolutely. If these relevant skills that you've gained are relevant to the roles you're going for, and in most cases they are. The way this example is written also highlights concrete achievements, such as receiving the Customer Service Star Award after 3 months. Working a part-time job also shows that you can balance work and academic commitments, showcasing effective time management. Moving on now, often we have done extracurricular activities or volunteering or been part of societies, and this is the section where you can showcase this. So this could be labeled any which way you feel works best for you: positions of responsibility to extracurricular activities. Now, this section is really great because it showcases the candidate's leadership skills, organizational abilities, team working, and their commitment to extracurricular activities, all of which are valuable qualities sought after by employers. So again, with every section, and this section included, we want to tailor this to suit the requirements of the role. So really you can focus here and hone in on the particular skills that are relevant to the role you're applying for. The skills section, often the last section on a CV. Here we're seeing relevant technical and linguistic skills with a proficiency level, and you can tailor this section depending on the skills required for the role. Now onto the resources that you can use to improve your CV. We have a website called CareerSet available through Queen Mary Careers Hub, which contains an online CV feedback tool, as well as templates of CVs that you can access. So here's what CareerSet looks like when you upload a CV. So you can upload your CV, and then the software ranks your CV based on impact, brevity, style, and others. So that includes giving you line-by-line analysis on your sentences, giving you some constructive feedback, as well as some helpful hints on some really some words that really convey your impact, which could be really helpful. Again, it is important. It can be great to get a high score on this, but this shouldn't be the focus, because we're trying to ideally create a CV that is tailored to a particular role. So a CV alone with a high score won't get you to the next stage necessarily, unless that CV is tailored towards that particular job. So this tool can really just get you started and highlight those things that you can improve upon. CareerSet uses a software called an ATS, and it's important to know about applicant tracking systems, because this is software used by employers to help make their job advertisement process, their recruitment process, easier. So this software manages the whole entire process, from looking at CVs that have been submitted and looking for, so this software will look for keywords and skills that the job description has identified. If your CV has words and skills that match the job description, it will be taken to the next stage. And the next stage could be, for example, an assessment center. If you pass that, then you'd go on for interviews. So this diagram is just really to make you aware of that process with the ATS, and to be aware that really that's another core reason why you need to tailor your CV and to showcase those key skills on your CV. Another thing with ATS systems is that you need to optimize your CV for it. So this means making sure that your CV follows some rules. So often websites will, job advert websites will request that your document is in a particular file, and that's to ensure that it's ATS compatible. So that could be using a Word doc. We also recommend using simple text formatting, avoiding tables, charts, graphics, images, and logos, and columns and symbols. If you add these in, it can render your CV unreadable. So we want to make sure it's in a simple format, top to bottom, readable left to right without columns. We also want to spell out months using Jan instead of the 01, spell out abbreviations, Microsoft instead of MS, and use keywords. As we've seen throughout this workshop, is that keywords and showing your role in alignment to the role is absolutely key. So hopefully you found this short workshop helpful, and here are the key takeaways. We want to make sure that you're tailoring your CV to specific job requirements so that you're getting to the next stage. You can do this by highlighting relevant skills, experiences, and achievements. You want to keep your CV concise, clear, and well organized. Make sure your CV is ATS friendly. Include contact information for easy follow-up, including a UK contact number and an easy to follow-up email address. We want to proofread for errors and consistency, use professional formatting and design throughout the document, and continuously update and adapt your CV to reflect growth and new experiences. Also, hopefully today you've been alerted to resources that you can use through our Queen Mary's Careers and Enterprise service, including CareerSet, as well as alerting you if you would like to book an appointment for feedback on your CV or application. You can do that. These are 20-minute appointments with myself or another student employability advisor, where we'll sit down with you and look at your CV or application and provide personalized feedback and on areas that you can improve, and also show you what works well as well. You can also book appointments for career guidance or practice for an interview you've got coming up. These are all available through Queen Mary's Career Hub. Hopefully see you in the future in a CV appointment perhaps, but for the moment, I hope you have found this helpful.